What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today is, it is considered an app review, but it's meant to be used with your operating system. So you're pretty much changing the one little setting in your mobile operating system, which in this case is iOS. What I'm doing a review of is called Swiftkey. And Swiftkey is a third-party keyboard. The good thing about iOS 8 that gives users the ability to change, any keyboard layouts to whichever they prefer, and they have to download these keyboards in the App Store itself. So these are pretty much integrated into one little app, and it basically controls the settings, select your theme, hey, yada yada yada. Alright, so here is the user interface of the app itself. So here is Swiftkey Cloud, and basically you can have it connect to either one of the accounts right here, like in this case Facebook and Google+. So that way you can have it to remember all the words that you type out in your predictions, or so it has better prediction skills in terms of predicting what word you're trying to type out. And as far as languages is concerned, you can select multiple languages right here, which I have to be connected to the internet to show you guys, which I'll do that right now. I just took it off of the internet in case if I were to get a notification come in. But as you can see, you can pick out all these languages right here depending on which one you want. And what's interesting was you can actually change the layout of the keyboard itself, and this is set to QWERTY right here, and you can actually change it to AZERTY in this case, QWERTZ, and then QZERTY. Why is this implemented? I have no idea, but there is some benefit, I'm pretty sure. It may be depending on how the keyboard is laid out in different countries, because I have seen, for instance, a French keyboard, some of the keys that you would find in an American keyboard is actually placed somewhere else. So that could be a possibility. Let me go ahead and take it off, or actually leave it on the internet for now. Now let's go into keyboard settings, and here's themes. Now you're limited on themes right here. You just have 3, as you can see. I have the nickel dark, that's currently enabled. You could also do the nickel light, and then of course the holiday ones. They could integrate more through doing a software update, which I know they have for the Android version, because I did try playing around with the Android version at one point on somebody else's device. And of course you can enable some of the features here like autocorrect, quick period, which is double tap the spacebar, something that you would find in the stock iOS keyboard, auto capitalize, start new sentences with a capital lever, and then key click sounds, kind of like the key click sounds that you would get with the stock Apple keyboard, and you can go to settings and disable the sound. This is what it is right here. Alright, and then of course other ways to type. And I don't know why you would do this, but you have this option. As you can see, it's currently enabled. If you have this option off, you can't use the keyboard to swipe around and then write out the words that way. Because the point of this app is so you don't have to keep typing on the keyboard itself. You can just swipe around to the letters. Then of course you have need help right here, which obviously you can get some more assistance if you need it. And then about Swiftkey, basically all the policy information and stuff like that. Now, I'm just taking it off of the internet. Once you download the app, you have to go into the settings and enable it before you can even open the app. I was able to open the app, as you see right here, because I already had it enabled in the settings app. And how do you go about doing that? I did do a Ben's Tech Advice video with a different keyboard app, so you want to check that out. Link will be in the description below, or I may pop a little annotation right here. Go ahead and click that first. Once you see the video on how to enable a third-party keyboard, and this is the same for all the third-party keyboards out there. There may be some differences here and there, but other than that, they're relatively similar. So once you do that, then come back to this video and see the demonstration of the keyboard. So without further ado, let me open up my notes application right here, and I already got a document set up, and here is the keyboard. As you can see, kind of like the stock Apple keyboard, you have all the words right here to predict what you might want to type out, and then of course you have your keypad right here, and you hit this one right here, you can get more symbols. As you can see, you got the backspace button, you got the enter key, and you have this period button right here. Not only is it a period button, but you push and hold it. What's nice is you can select whichever symbol you want. So you want an exclamation mark, the @ symbol, the hashtag symbol, or the pound symbol, comma, period, and then question mark. So basically you can just pick whatever you want, and then of course backspace if you want to. Go back to the letters right here. You also have the shift key right here, and as you can see I can type out the first letter being capitalized, and if I double tap it I can keep it on caps lock. And then what's nice about Swiftkey is, as you can see, it deleted that whole thing. That's because that's considered one word. It just erases the whole word versus you having to keep holding it and then let all the words erase. I mean, let me just do a simple test right here in a minute. And you hit this smiley face button right here, you get these emotion cons right here. And of course you can select different ones. So, and here's the thing, you just see me went back to the stock Apple keyboard. What I'm going to do is push and hold the glow button and select Swiftkey. And there you go, now I'm back in Swiftkey. So let me do a quick test right here and demonstrate how the swiping feature works. So and as you can see, that's pretty much how Swiftkey works. Now, as you see, once you're done typing out a word, it always puts a space or adds a space after the word. And the only time that would be cumbersome is if you were to put a punctuation in there, where it's a question mark, comma, period. In this case, I had to backspace in order to put the period back there. Could that be disabled? I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't find out yet. But that's basically how Swiftkey works. Basically, you're just swiping around the keyboard just to get to a certain word that you want. And as you can see, you can also play around with this as well. Not only that, but you can also push and hold the key. Oh, maybe it's not doing it here. Maybe it was a certain letter. But as you notice, when you push and hold the key, you can actually see the letter. Well, except now, but see the letter that you are clicking on, just to get a better view. And that's what I was trying to do right here. You can push a certain letter and select a different symbol you want it to, which is pretty much it. Now, what about if you're trying to use Swiftkey to type out a two-letter word like W-E, we? Let's demonstrate and see how that works. Alright, so you kind of have to put a little bit faster timing into your typing skills if you were to do certain words like that. So as you can see, I was able to do that fairly quickly, I would say, but sometimes I might end up adding in another letter that's after the key that I was trying to get to. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, I was able to do it in this time without getting the R key in there. So it does take some practice and getting used to. But other than that, this keyboard is really convenient for me. And it may be for you out there. Why is that? Because I'll be honest with you, even though there are a lot of people out there who can type fast and then text fast, whatever the case may be, whether it's on a computer or a phone in this case, there are some people who aren't that much of a faster typer. Me personally, I wouldn't say I'd be the fastest typer in the world. I would say maybe about average in terms of speed. But if I were to type even faster, and depending on the mood I'm in, will determine. And not everyone's the same. So I'm just speaking out of my perspective and my point of view. Depending on the mood I'm in, will affect my typing speed, believe it or not. If I'm typing in really fast, I may pop up with a lot of errors, and then going back to correct those. If I'm typing very slow, it's either I have errors here and there, or if not having errors. Swiftkey makes it very easy for me, so that way I could just swipe around the keypad or the keyboard and just type out the word that I want without having to keep pushing the individual buttons right here. Now, what if are you able to type out a full phrase without having to keep stopping? Well, let's try that out. So as you can see, I can't do it because you can only swipe one word at a time. What I could do, actually, I didn't think about doing this. Ah, okay, so I do take that back. You could actually, well, in this case, as you just seen, you can't really type out a full phrase because I didn't even think about going to the spacebar until just now. Oh, whoops, I forgot to do that again. I apologize, guys. Alright, I'm missing a word right there, but it looks like you can type out part of a phrase and then keep doing it again because it seems to be limited on the amount of words that you can type in just one swipe. Without having to pick your finger up and then, re-swipe again. So, let me try that again. And I want to try something. I apologize, guys. I just thought about doing this now. So I tried to do it with the period, and it didn't seem to recognize it. Pretty sure I can get it recognized somehow. But as you can see, Swiftkey, you can see how much of a benefit it is. And I definitely recommend you guys try it out. Link will be in the description below. It is a free download, so go ahead and get this app if you are running iOS 8 or higher. Get it. Get Swiftkey. Alright? I definitely highly recommend it to you guys out there. Even if you're a fast typer, I recommend you at least look into this and then maybe try to make recommendations to people that you know of that might find this useful to them. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and of course check the link in the description below for my social media, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.